Hey YouTube, boy, Sega Gamer, and we just sludging. That's fun, nature. You know, we're just hanging out here. Nothing, huh? Whoa, it's good. Tell us you're okay. Oh. I guess we were going down the stairs. I guess. Wow. There they are. Get them. Freeze! Everyone's beating up on them. Start using more hands. Let's see if you put it never notice how far they fall. Okay. Seems like they learned a few things from revised results. Chances are they're pumping those pumps of drugs to control you. Those old boys look like a bunch of fine painkillers. It's small flesh. Can't imagine this decision was made by Commander Biles. Whatever you Commander Douglas. I don't know why I do that. You're the ones racing hell in here. Voice, John Marconi? That's short from the CBD. What's Garcia doing with here? If there's anything he should be breaking out of here, it's me. Sorry, no. That's not how this is gonna go down. Sit tight, I'll be back before you. Wait, Garcia, don't you dare walk away. Surprisingly well, being thrown behind bars has done nothing to play that English. Watch it now. Still my boss machine. I know the guy for giving me life after the war. He's so sick. Sounds somehow like he needs to keep distracted up. Get up. Now come on, let's move. More ranger trip. What's going on out there? God, where are you? Someone coming into us, help me, how it is! I'm sure this is where that bastard Harkness is locked up. Makes sense, he'd be taken here after we arrested him at Altair Lodge. I was scared out of his mind. Don't think past too far. Been a white fish since the day he got here. That's always how it goes when a pompous acts like him goes from riches to rags. Man's got no use to no one's bailout. Not true. Kind of this is not true. Is that you, Lord? So the other part of this is no problem. Advice. And it's from a lapdog, you mean? Yeah, I guess it was Josh in his here. Couldn't be supposed that you'd been brought here, Lord. Suddenly came as a shock, but I'm glad it gave us a chance to speak again. Maybe it sounds like it does. It's completely out of your system. As effective as it is, it did feel truly unforgivable. And never mind that. That's not the time for repentance. As I'm atoned for my sins and paid my debt to society, I hope you'll allow me to make a proper apology to you, and the others. Now don't worry about me. You must hurt. I pray that God will teach you. Thank you, Max. Anybody about that? We're wasting enough time. Right, let's go. What? And that kid from the SSS. Damage detained him. Be able to blow this prison break off. This point I'm willing to exploit every advantage I can. Look at you. Turning over to the judge. You won't hear me complain. Now let's bust his joint. Let's bust his serves. And she'll continue kept passing keys out of jail 3 God we found back in the revised hideout right about now. Oh yeah, I forgot to grab that cheeky little chest message. Back in. You busting out yet? Great, take me with you. What do you think? I'm too heavy. Get past this, we're home free. Like say, kids, ready to hit where it hurts? Fast. Yep, I got them all. Identify 2 fugitives. First is former Bosch Executive Garcia Ruz, who is second Lord Bang of the SSS. Do not let them escape these prison grounds. The honor of the Defense Force depends on it. Yes, sir. Hey, alright. That wasn't where he headed. What? They make it down here so quickly. Sorry, but you're in our way. Here, why don't you fellas show me what you can do? My fish versus your runner. Charge! feels like a punch even after all this time in prison. Right in the red constellation are insanely strong too, but you're generally good flesh. We're talking about the Scarlet over, you got seen in Orlando. You know, I crossed past the time back in my younger days. Believe me when I say these more monsters. Here, as little girls jump off fields of monsters. Yeah, might get me some pure combat training. Might need more of a magic. You might need more of a magic. And again, one of their members is particularly more of a performer than I ever comprehended. You're usually trying to break out of here, make small, you know? Talk about a life being in the tunnel. Yeah, that's freedom. Should be waiting on the lock nearby. There's citizens in that room over there. What are we waiting for? There we go. I knew they had to be keeping all this stuff somewhere. My course is just sad in here. It's everything you can. Freedom. You gotta move. But you want to get your ass thrown back to yourself. Oh yeah, that's right. Now let's get the hell out of here. Guys there? Our little partnership ends here. You're on your own now. Huh? Despite everything, I still got a responsibility as leader of Ravage's rank and file. And not just to them, I owe to our daughters as well. Can't just abandon them to save myself.
Oh, wait. Why haven't helped you come this far if you had no intention of escaping? Can't seriously be thinking about facing the defense for as long. Too much, even for you. Let me.
This ain't your battle to fight, kid. You got a truth to get to the bottom of. You said it your own damn self. Besides, your crew's waiting for you. Not to mention that little girl of yours. Do you really have time to waste on a no-account convict like me?
Thank you, Garcia.
As a member of the CPD, I can't advocate you safely or break it down. So I guess all I can say is, take care of yourself. Yeah, as if I need you to tell me that. Wait a minute. There's some little brothers left you. Kid's got a good head on her shoulders, so not much. There he is! Don't let him get away! Yeah, right. Bring it on. Killing bears, ready to maul you worthless asses. Watch out, Remedios. It's below my grass bloom here, too. Must have happened while I was in custody. Is this because of Kia? Kia? Everything begins once I cut my way through here. Now I have to focus on getting to the highway. It's a path out of all this. I know it. I just have to keep my wits about me. Okay. That was a little bit quicker than I was thinking. Let's see. We got everything here. A few less monsters. Not good. Gotta bring their line of sight somehow. Target confirmed! End line bannings! Execute pincer formation. There's no way around it. No, those uniforms are very different, but they're just as unshakable as I'm like antique. Prisoner swallowed! Capture him!
The last bit of sneaking into Crossbell City is going to be from the frame. Hell or high water. Gotta make it out of here in one piece, no matter what. Yeah. A commendable effort. If thought a simple detective could hold out so long against a born-again defense force. Is he a follow team out of second lieutenant seekers? Maybe we shouldn't be so surprised. Enough talk. Disarm him now. Remember, our orders are to take him alive. I don't think so. Damn. You can still move? Help me understand why bother going this far. Can't you just not stomach your precious crossbow changing so much? No matter how much you struggle, you'll never make a difference all on your own. It's not true. The only thing stopping us from making a difference is refusing to stand by and try. Refuse to be swept away by this. Refuse to just close my eyes and let the truth pass me by. People I care about need me. I swear I'll take it. So understand this. I will never give up. No matter how many times you knock me down, I won't surrender. You break my legs, I always get back on my feet. Split the sky. What a shame. Charge him on my man. Let's see him get him after this. Roger. For the legs. Damn Lord, not until the veteran. Kia, Ellie, Tia. Randy, husband, G-30. Please give me a strength. I'm disappointed in you. You seem to have forgotten to include somebody in your plan. Huh? What was that? Sounds like it's coming from inside my... Yep! What the... Lead now, soldiers of false parent of this false man. This man falls under my charge. Yep. Confounded beast! Crossbow defense boys would never let themselves surrender to a mere What? Well, must I remain so? That's quite alright. Retreat! It seems I gave them a great deal more shock than I intended. It has been ages since I assumed this form after all. Perhaps I may have forgotten just how to restrain myself. So many things I could say about this right now. I'll keep it short and cast for That would be... What the hell, Sight? How's your timing always this good? Bullet beast sent by me to you? Oh, that is not entirely correct. We said that we think it needs to shoot. You already know the Sectarian bestowed upon mankind by the gracefully goddess of time and that. We hold these tasked with keeping vigilant, as well as what do you say, Does that include the dragon that carried in the little girl runs? Excellent. That dragon is known as a Raven. Right. It is indeed Raven. They remain in the land now known as the Liberty. So it is open to set of dragons. Even I am aware of its turn. Now that it's over, it's getting good. Oh, well, tough to swallow. I mean that you've been here in Crossville since the distant past yourself. That's Scrooge. I have dwelled in the lands before the great collapse of a 12. As for the reason of Secretary of Mirage vanished from the stone, as well as the action of managers and their misguided attempts to remind both acknowledge that I believe the things the others and I never had the means to learn from her. Secretary of the Mirage, gifted by the guys and headed by the Crow. I didn't disappear. While his PA involved me, they pay the room and trying to replace him. Things I have to tell the truth. Not about this fight, for every condition. Subterranean and Adios bestowed upon this land. Its name is Demi-Oracles. The treasure that governed the power of Mirage. Mirage is the element that controls perception and cognition. So too does hold dominion over causality. Fortunately, this land's people had a goal for its power, and at the center of their shared aspiration was the Crow. That goal was to unseat Adios as the supreme deity, in lieu of a god that could walk amongst mankind. A god that could guide its people through empathy and infinite wisdom. A god that could change the very fabric of fate itself. On the surface, its power resembles that of the Arya, which could grant man's desires without end. However, Demi-Oracles stood with a high-minded dignity, and so is not subject to the same faults as his shining ring. With it was the wisdom and judgment to guide humanity without corrupting it in the process. Wielding the power of Demi-Oracles was thus capable of sheltering mankind onto its property. It would have done so had its own heart not reached its limits. The world is an irrational place, and the people who live upon it are comprised of their numerous natures and deeds. To understand them and steer their course in the subterranean requires a sense of empathy, just as humans do. The time that empathy is deteriorated, Demi-Oracles taught, giving way to an innovating anguish. He feared that if things continue to overcome the power it was sought to protect, else would in every heart it steel its resolve and make its decision. And so by unthreading the nexus of its own causality, subterranean Mirage dissipated from this world. That's what happened. What about the people left behind? What did they do? And away from the subterranean they left bewildered and startled and afraid. But instead, reflecting upon the motivations behind the Demi-Oracles' choice, they strayed from the path they sought to meet. Therefore, those zealots became obsessed with bringing it to measure to the subterranean lost. In the beginning, they were clueless, merely stumbling through the darkness. After 700 years, they had gathered enough knowledge not only develop, but master their own unique grace. Alchemy, a magical art capable of giving form to the formless. It was then that a grand plan was formulated. They found the cults as a pawn to play from the shadows, entrusted them with rearing the future core of the new subterranean land of crossbow. Well, that grand ceremony, the pinnacle of alchemical transmutation. So the measures outlined by the alchemists of the Croy family several hundred years ago. To ensure their plan was financially feasible, the Croy family adopted a public image as prestigious behaviors. Meanwhile, the cult began the steps to eventually awaken its core and become the object of their worship. Now, 500 years later, we have arrived at our current reality. Also unbelievable. I feel like I can finally grasp the big picture. Besides, when we're able to help you, subterranean zero, where she was that major difference with the subterranean Mirage? Unfortunately, I do not have the answers. Could be that the Crook family made an unexpected discovery in the past 1200-year delusion of the truth. That is the case, they may not have created an entity to be that is to say, the subterranean zero may very well surpass the light of the ocean. Beyond of light is one speaks of. The power demonstrated was not that of its own, but rather of the subterranean. However, the subterranean Mirage did not possess the ability to manipulate reality, so it's their faculties were akin to different, higher element space. Assuming there is even more to their artificial subterranean than we currently follow. Can't begin to follow what they do. Afraid you can say that. There's one more thing I'd like to ask. Based on what you told me, Kia, she isn't really a creature. She is, and she is not. She is a synthetically created being, designed to serve
likely not public, so it's created through advanced transportation. He had probably realized it was himself. Never once did he stop smiling. Is this the Calvardian barter? Yes, the defense soldiers have difficulty fighting us here. This will be a good opportunity to rest. Thanks, that really saved me back there. Huh? What is that? A barrier of some sort that appeared around Crossbow City. It would seem that only those who are permitted may freely enter and exit. Those that are cannot pass through it all. Any living creatures or machines. You can't be kidding. As you saw when you escaped. Where are we going? To bloom all throughout their state of crossbow. It would be accurate to think of it as a sign that the land itself has become one with the newly born today. Besides, just what is Pluroma race? I've heard that it shares some sort of connection to subject veins underground. It was once some proverbial eyes in the former subterranean mirage, as a bloomed Demiurgus could observe and understand the surface world. It's also capable of distorting the surrounding space, when spiritually linked to the subterranean. That is the most probable cause of this cryptid's sudden emergence. Such beings should not exist on this plane by nature. I think I understand. These disgusting rituals that the DG cult was conducting? They're all about taking advantage of the Pluroma Earth's property to perfect noses, right? Yes, their goal was to accumulate the knowledge and personalities of the victims who fell to the drug's influence. Said corpus of data would so good. Transferred to the neural submarine within the Great Cradle of some sort. Vast amounts of information would then self-organize, rears forth high-minded dignity they sought to recreate. Then, after 500 years, the core of the subterranean I can see extent of my knowledge. Situation in which you find yourself is the will of the cults of power masters, meticulous and crafted over the course of centuries. On my topic, the choices you presented to you now are rather urgent. Would you not prefer to flee to foreign soil until the storm has subsided? I understand why you'd asked. I was homeless in Calvary, so it's true that I have somewhere to lay low if I had to. But no, that's not an option. There's work to be done here. I have answers to find and a case to crack. Do you? Solving this crisis and uncovering the truth will be more than just a one-man job. LATO ran it, not just them, everyone. I need all their strength. So you see, I can't run, I can't hide. I have to go back and face it all. Sorry I did this after you brought me all the way here, but I still have a duty. The truth we have for hoping after. Isn't it obvious? I don't care about her powers or where she came from. All I want to know is what Kia wants more than anything else in this world. And I hear it straight from her heart. Chances are I'll never be able to find that out unless I bring her. It's also a matter of what happened to the old security. I really expect Kia to shoulder the burden during the order schools. He is like family. I can never just sit by and let her suffer. We're gonna take her back, even if that means kicking the president and Arios off of their pedestals. Is he a little stint with lads? Change much? Well, Ozzy? What are you doing here? My house and raising Kevin too? Good to see you, Bangs. Indeed. It's been too long. Hey, how you been hanging these past 4 months? Thanks for remembering me, by the way. Hard to forget the names and faces of the 17 churches girls, right? Wait, Rossi, does that mean you're? Ha ha. Ha ha ha. Wazi Hemisphere, the Sapphire Tail.
was the atmosphere of the Sapphire Testament, otherwise known as the Ninth Dominion of the Grosser of the Septine Church. It's a pleasure to make your reacquaintance. You're what?
Incidentally, I'm a knight of the cross. I work in the services of one's team.
You gotta be kidding me. You two been been stringing me along all this time? Wait a second. When I first met Reese, neither one of you said a word about any of this. I apologize. Father Wassie's undercover was regarded with youngest. You're rather here completely fooled that old girl for all, but you had no idea who the real one was. Not really over one for that. Happy to be of service. I mean, yeah, for once Reese standing out in the silver zone. She worked out. She is worked out. Anyone could have seen through her sister is. But the Archbishop was beside himself when she walked through the door. I have no idea what you're talking about. Besides, you're hardly in any position to picture how successful it's been when you come. You don't know it. To be fair, none of them look anything like your average villager. Okay, is it okay? Okay, it's enough catching up for now. You see, the actual reason we're here is because he called us. Means that? Yes, that is correct. And I'm sure resolved in her name first. So I thought we would collaborate. Oh. Now that you know I've been infiltrating Crouchville, you probably feel in the place. The Growler has seen this situation coming for a while now. It certainly is. Still, there were a lot of gaps to bridge. Didn't know the Crow family was beyond the translation or our history on it. Right, they brought us up to speed on the whole story, like I'm sure he did with you.
That being said, what we are contending with here is an artificially reconstructed subterranean mirage, situated far beyond the scope of the Growler's difficulty artificture. As such, the circumstances would normally make this out of our jurisdiction.
But on the other hand, we can just ignore the society's involvement in this little brouhaha. That's where you come in, Mr. Detective. You're in for getting your hands dirty. That's about the size of it. I think we're allowed to intervene if it's under the guise of collaborating with you. So, what do you say? There's one thing I need to confirm. Yeah, what does the church plan to do with her? Right for the junior. That one's a toughie. Yes, but being dishonest will get us nowhere. I deserve some interest. That's what we give him. Subterranean Zero is far more dangerous than the subterranean space. The Ariel ever was. How much is certain? Even if we still have grasp the full breadth of our powers here. We've been locked away for weeks, so you're aware of all that's been happening around the capital. I've heard this that the Civil War is broken out in the Empire. Boy, has it. It all got put on the fast track after that armor division they tried to send across the border got snuffed out. You know how the Golden Stallion rolls. Every time they try to push back, they got whooped all over again by those Ions. Things are going to Gehenna in a handbasket over there. The Noble Ions truce got scuttled out the other.
Been the blood and iron chancellors was shot. No one seen it since. And the empire is ablaze in the flames of civil war. Few expect it to be attacked at the same time soon.
Meanwhile, the Republic has been in an economic crisis as a result of Crossbow's actions. Now that terrorist activities have been in full swing, to the point where the president has formally declared a state of emergency. When it rains, it pours. You don't even know the half of it. It's not like things are coming up roses in other countries either. Reasonable activities started in regions Calvin and Erebonian. The Calvin have had any of their thumbs. All the while, President Croy has been measuring heads of state throughout the continent. Have them been being cross buildings. And naturally, as a powerless subterranean, of course. Exit. It had the ability to repel the Imperial Army, one of the most powerful military forces in all of Zamuria. And that's just with the 3 orgasms of society split. They would have it if they were mass produced, souped up by the Septarian Zero, and deployed to kindly bodies. Never agree to that? How it means harming innocent people. In all technicality, it does not seem that the army is actually controlled by the Septarian directly. More like the Septarian's powers granted them the ability to move autonomously as her guardians. Much like the Ring Girls archaism popular. No way. I'm inclined to agree on this point, boss. There's easily doubt that the little girl is on the driver's seat here. That makes it all the easier for those ions to be abused by just about anyone. They're none the wiser. Whether or not he is consciously controls the cycle, a power like that is much too dangerous to me. Now I see you. Despite your sickness, still like that's great. Really? I thought you were going to turn us down for sure. Just being realistic. I know this isn't something I can do by myself. Time isn't on my side either. As long as it strikes out, the Marquis will be made to suffer. But to make one thing perfectly clear, you lay even one hand on the kid, I'll stop it. Even if it means fighting to my dying breath. I'm not the other. Kelly, Teal, Randy. It's the same thing. Never let you do it. Call it a fallacy. Call it a logic. I don't care. We're a family, and we won't let you hurt. Damn, I knew you were a sharp guy. And now you had that kind of fire in you. I think I'm starting to get why you like him so much, Wazzy. That is a large way to put it. The man stole my heart. Serious, Wazzy, if you... I know, as a Dominion of the Crossroad, I swear on any system, it will not be excluded from how we choose to do it. Your opinions and input will be heard. I know that's not ideal, but this is the best I can do, given our resolution. Sound good to you? Yeah, it's enough for now. Then we have a deal. Okie dokie. Time to get to work. Let's move out, gang. What's that? Oh, it's harkens me back to times. Heavily checked. Airships. Tactical craft reserves for use by the Bills. Color by column. Each is equipped with a number of stealth functions, including but not limited to optical which is what we need to gain this reach while traveling through the possible areas. Well, ready to go? Yeah, let's do this. Let's poo on this. Wait for me, I'm coming. We shall save. As per usual. Then we shall continue. This is kind of the point I wanted to get to, but we can go a little bit further. It's not like it'll swell too much. We'll take the ends for our part, just as planned. You guys be careful out there. Same to you, Eric. Oh, pardon me. 1,000 names, May not be your title anymore, but that doesn't mean you can't live up to it every now and then. Yes, not.
I gather that you derived your new title from the legendary Thousand Arms yourself, Phoenix Army. It's very fitting, thought I. Thanks. Sounds like a lot, sir. You have no idea. Hey, Lord. Feeling's about to get tough. Hang in there, okay? Crosswill. Yeah, the spot is. Counter ain't outside help swooping in to save the day. And one piece of advice is this: don't forget the bonds you made along the way. You'll need the bonds. Listen, I'll keep that. Hey, idiots, watch out for you, Lord. And give Ellie my gods. Right, make sure you're ready. What's going on? I've activated the optical camouflage. Your mind the effect itself is not infallible. Top speed has also been reduced as a drawback. In short, if you try to fly under restricted airspace at this speed, and geared towards mobility to catch us in no time. It's a chance of direct transportation. So we're going to have our talent and final play detail. That's what you're saying is, oh, give us the opening. Show us what the Grail's personal protection. Indeed. A really good song. Surprised by how much of Azure you can play and not spoil anything in Cold Steel 2. You managed to sleep 5 from the looks of the planet is already integrated into the game. We're not careful, the islands will come after us. That's the limit to how much we can rely on search. We're each of that, the size of the craft. Really betray our country. Exactly, so hitting us on the ground is going to be us. How about that? I plan to use a blind spot outside the Sephian and take to the speech. Blind spot? My nature, the Sephian brings influence flowing in and the predators. I don't know, even among the streets. Sephian things are too just small people. I think I get it. If they had one of those gaps, we won't be doing it. And another side. So what happens before we're down? And now, exactly, kind of find a road. Sandbar not Ursula is in the same area where the crew. I figure out this is really safe. Alice and I already scattered that before. Once across the building things went south, we set up the little pod trick. That's waiting. Oh, very thorough. Yeah, this is the only place like it we know so far. In the future, we'll have to find other blast spots where we... Now then, what's the plan? No way for us to get to the city. Well, with that barrier on us. Yeah, still, I think it'd be best to get a feel of that barrier. I'll get a feel for what's going on down there with my eyes. Every little bit counts. Also use the opportunity to check on the situation and see our slots. Fair enough. So do we shall. That's a little bit tough. Exactly, you know, so I'll be waiting on this. There's a little something I heard about the dragon fish in the little bones. Basically, only he's allowed to interfere with fates and was up there. Yes. As a provision of the covenant. However, as the submarines of Mirage and long since been my duty has already come to an end. With those shackles removed, I'm ready back home. They look at photographs of children should be. That's how it is. So he helped us during the Warhound incident. Correct. I can't get my judges for it. I can't grant you aid for it. Not me. I simply consider this part of my rules.
work out all facilities. Please feel free to bother the crew for new equipment as collapse. Or if you want to use whoa. Get it. I feel like the Medal of Justice would be good for Ozzy. Still blue. Let it back. Okay. It's a good thing we found that gap between the 17 and the influence on the rest of the room. It's one of the things we've done. From now on, we have to manually detect other blind spots on the stage. We're kind of short-handed as it is, so we're not exactly. How much is there? All I can do is take this one step at a time. Our comrades bring it back in the most optimistic circumstances. That it was. Well, for now, we'll just the hard. You're like a really special person. Okay, or my copy. All that. And those things inside the point of the battle. Yeah. What? Training strategy. I've always been good at them. So happens I could. Our bros fish in the car. And a really cool. So we can work together to resolve this thing. Good, we're kind of nice to meet you. My name is Ventus. And I'm a squire with the church. I'm in charge of managing the ship's equipment. You have plenty of gear and accessories and suits, so you have to be notified. Starting operations. Well, have you handled all that? Sounds like you guys are pretty strapped for personnel. To be fair, we were out of action for the longest time until Father Wazzy from Nicholas. It's all we could do to pull together skills and improvements of the Lord. Well, it was a pretty good situation. It's been 2 years since we all worked together. I'm really missing it. Lost it all of you, right? Wazzy must be rough. We have a lot to talk about with this. The Mega Dude. Well, have we figured out our next course of action? Yeah, we decided that we're going to land here for now. To say that you and Lassie being in the umbrella circle was one heck of a surprise. It was for the sake of deceiving Archbishop Paul. To detract your heart due to an interpenalty. Simply put, the thought process was that if no one would respect the obedience going to the head of the street. And I guess it worked. I got to think of it, you guys did name your group successful. I'd imagine the Crusade did. Suppose we did. Oh, we'd be less conspicuous if we're intentionally rude. Can't deny that. You doubled down so hard on your stick. No one would have better, I guess. Anyway, you get to land wherever? Yes. Spot her. Or even midnight.
Simply say the word. Understood. Confirm your destination. Okay, the others are going to keep monitoring the situation for a little bit. That's the plan. They're more likely to be scared if they stay around. Now then. In the name of she who dwells above too, I hold this consecrated septum. Oh, just like what Stephen's sister mom. As they are belongs the girl's thaumaturgy for this. As Amber glows, space's golden room, by a congruent nature's formative. A sanctuary to protect this chair from ever watchful. What is this? Arm circle compare. Capable of stabilizing the gap between the septum things in feet. Also invisible to anyone who hasn't been on board the galaxy. In any case, it should last us for the time being. I'm speechless. This is finally dawning on me that you really are one of the chosen ones. I've been working with you for so long, it's been tough to actually picture you. I'm still cool, calm, and collected playboy you've always known. Never mind that, what's our next move? Should we try into the seriously? Yeah, I'd like to confirm the situation there while we're in the air. Also wouldn't hurt to at least scout out the path towards Crossbow City and see what it's like. I'm fine with this as well. I will be aware that cryptids have begun to appear on the highways due to the glare on the left. Be wise, tread carefully.
Usually do. And let's be off. The problem is, there's fluorographs here. A slight oversight. What? Yeah. way to get Zamiri and our sword for the final butthole.
Cryptids are appearing on the highways. There's no way those will run to the city, right?
I can't imagine that.
Although I doubt the defense force would have much trouble coming and going in those armored cars. So nothing. There's no way to get to the hospital. The citizens told us to sorry. Yes, this is enough. There's a lot of stuff. Must be looking down. There's a, you mean the same one from the whiteboard? Don't tell me the whiteboard with that story used, right? Tale of a young caretaker who was marked for death for the people who wound up inspired. He considered the same the church is going to do. Yes, and in life she was a compassionate young woman. However, she did not lose her life as her story depicts. Rather escaped death. She had come to marry the night, or spared her, in fact, and descendants to the place. Really? Jib is often stranger than fish. I'd rather guess. Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot before. Look, over there. Defense force unit. Guard in the hospital. Timing couldn't be worse. Can't afford to have those soldiers by themselves.
Right. The Azure is the... So we have no way of knowing the gaps in the control. I believe two of them are still. What? Are you certain? Yes, I can pick up a faint trace to this. However, I do not believe that any of that exists. Tia, don't tell her. Is she hurt? She's not there to be treated, is she? Well, so those still have seeds. However, I cannot deny that I share your sentiment. What should we do? I may have a little trick up my sleeve. I pull this one off, we should be able to confront the soldiers without them calling for reinforcements. Well, oh, should have known you already had me. Forgot you. What's your call, what? Have to ask one of our own needs us. We're going. Not about to pass up an opportunity to get Tio back. Let us be. Sure, we'll be in and out like a boat from the sapphire blue. This is boring. Why do we have to get sent out and watch you here of all places? There's barely anything even to watch.
Quit complaining. Thanks. The future from the SSS is still on the line.
What's a single detective gonna do if he shows up here? He'd be done for. Besides, if he has any common sense, he'd probably put you out of the state by now.
Still, I heard that he had some kind of crazy monster mailing out. I'd say, they say it's heat up the entire 4th Regiment. You don't suppose it's true?
Sounds like a load of bolts to me. Nothing about that. If we're here, we may as well check out the Hilly Hillies. He's still hospitalized, right?
Yeah, should be.
Thank God for his head. I hope he makes a speedy recovery. At least we can agree on that. Okay. He actually showed up.
What do you call a monster?
I'll get on a break as soon as you just take the negative issues on. I don't know, that's not you. If you insist on making us force our way through, we're gonna do just that.
Right on number. Visualize one. Rocker! So strong.
This is my turn now. Oh, from the Grelser? It's a fire seal of mine, shining silver.
Join with the silver glow and confirm on them.
Oh. What's happening? It's a technique employed by the church to utilize its power of suggestion. I sense that it's not the only esoteric force uses it. Not too long ago, we confirmed that a large cryptid was approaching this location. You managed to exterminate but due to the wounds you sustained, you decided to return to us. You made no contact with Bangs, nor were there any signs that he could be harmed.
Son of Bangs.
Manipulation to their extent should not be possible through mere suggestion. Now to resume the technique relies on the power of your signal. No keeping secrets from the holy beast is statement. Yeah, that's not something I like to talk about, really. Past promises and stuff. Aside, but it has its limits. I think it only lasts 2, maybe 3 days at most. Also can't rely on this too much. The defense force will be looking for signs of it once I figure it out. Makes sense. I'll keep that in mind. Ozzy's right? Tia!
You seem to be doing well.
Well, would you look at that? There's some much needed good news. Thank goodness. When I found out you were at the hospital, I assumed the worst. You're right, right? You weren't injured or anything, were you? Lloyd. It's really you, Lloyd. Oof, what is this place? It says breastplate made of. Where have you been this whole time? Did they put you in prison, bud? It's all over the orbital net. They said you escaped and that soldiers were chasing you down. Yeah, I've never been so worried. Oh, deal. Sorry, didn't mean to scare you like that. But I'm okay, everything's going to be alright. Besides, Wazzy helped me return to Crossbow. You get around next time, yeah? Oh, is this? It's a shame we have to interrupt them. Seal and Fran. Gee, funny meeting you here, Lloyd. I'm so glad you're safe. You have no idea how concerned I was, Lloyd. Sorry about that. I've caused you all some grief. Anyway, you look great, Fran. You're back at 100%. Yep. Injuries are all healed up now. Have been for a while, actually. Because of everything going on, I haven't been able to get back to work. Explains why you're here. Still, I'm glad you're doing better. Incidentally, I wasn't. Why are you dressed that way? Insight. What are you doing? It's a bit of a long story. Long or not, you deserve a proper explanation of everything that has happened up until now. Huh? Did you just... What's the matter? You really can't tell? Oh, I see. You've always been able to understand him, so you still haven't noticed, have you? Sight? Are you speaking in human tongue? How did things come to this? It's all so complicated I can't even begin to unpack it. If this would happen to the Crossbill, we all go home. Now I understand how the past of our state has led to our present situation, with regards to the crisis we're in, as well as what's happened to Kia. Yeah. Right now, there's only two things I want. First is to uncover the truth of all the unanswered questions we still have. Second is to bring everyone back together, and that includes Kia. Haha, a world full of goals to choose from, and you pick the two most impractical ones. Would you expect any less from him? That's right. Yeah, that's right. Even prison can change this kind of person. That said, I completely share his sentiments. As a member of the SSS. Most importantly, as one of Kia's guardians, her family, I'll be coming with you to fight. Thank you, Tia. I wouldn't have it any other way. Come to think of it, how did you wind up in St. Ursula office? I was brought here by Arius. On Maria Bell's orders, I suspect. He divided the members of the SSS into different locations for placing us under surveillance. As for why, I believe they suspected that if we were all in prison together, we would band as one and attempt to dissuade Kia. Well, not wrong. In that case, we're going to have to search everywhere to track down Ellie and Randy. There's also the possibility that they're currently in Crossbow City, which would make reaching them impossible. Then again, the fact that Tia was here means a good chance they're both elsewhere in the state. That's true, assuming Kia's in the city. They'd want to keep you as far away from her as possible. I have a question. Can I come with you guys too? Fran? Where's this coming from? I know I can't fight the front lines like the rest of you. I can still be your operator, just like I was before. You mentioned something about using Wazzy's airship to get around, didn't you? Perfect. I can help from there while you're on the ground. These? Should we load? Well, I admit that Markow was sure on staff. We'd use it. But I'll leave the decision in your hands. Let's be clear. Right now, your sister's loyalty lies with the defense force, Frank. And with us being going up against them now. You're really okay with that? Yes, I am. Obviously, I don't want to fire knowing you and still, my job to do is a member of the CPD. I just can't stand back and watch all this happen to my home. I understand. Alright, we're happy to welcome you aboard, Frank. Yes, thanks for doing this, Lloyd. It's good to have you back, Fran. And good for Abbas. His workload is about to go down drastically. Ah, it sounds like everything is settled down. Yeah, I suppose it's time for us to head out to see it. Of course. Promise me you'll be careful out there. Sadly, there isn't much I can do to help you track me right now. After all, the place is here at the hospital. Even so, I'll be praying for your safety. Thank you. That's more than enough. Thank you for everything, Cecilia. You took such good care of me. And in my life. Literally. Now. Keep crying like that and you'll spoil this cute little face. Nothing of it, friend. Don't you have things to pack before you leave? Should prepare us. Change your clothes. First. Oh, you're right. Need to get all my stuff again. Sorry, guys. I'll get it done as quick as I can, so sit tight.
Things will be like that's part of the reason I was in favor was for the sake of America's morale.
Oh, one thing just came to mind. While you're waiting for her, why not take the opportunity to say hi to Inspector Donovan and Ilya?
Wait, you mean there?
That's right. They both woke up not too long ago. Sadly, Ilya is still in no condition to be on her feet. Inspector Donovan is recovering well. Thank goodness they're both doing better.
I think it's a great idea. It'll save all our boredom. One way for Ram, nothing else.
Yeah, let's go see you.
Allow me to join you. I will wait here for you to finish. My presence would likely cause patients a bit of alarm.
Gosh darn it. Just gave. Well, there goes my keyboard. Geo, have it headed, everyone. Geo and Ellie. Oh yeah. Time to sit up right now. As much as we give anything to have to pay Ilya a visit, you'd hold back. So we should try and help her around at the hospital and make ourselves as useful as we can be. Lady Ilias regained consciousness. I couldn't be more of the moon. And it makes all the time we spent sitting here and praying for her recovery totally.
You're taking the time to say these days, Michael? Well, no, not exactly. I haven't really been in my mood. Everything's still going on at Crossbell. I find it difficult to focus. Too worried about everyone else besides.
It's completely understandable that you should feel that way. Don't forget what you're here for. Sure you get back to those books once you've calmed down. Oh wow. Looks like this will be the last little bit of this. After filling an application in order to return to the city after you've been discharged. Now there's no guarantee. That wasn't enough, then I let you leave with the defense force available to escort you. It's downright depressing.
Yes, your post-operative progress seems to be proceeding without issue. If it were up to me, I'd discharge you immediately. But even if I did,
I know where this is going. Still not allowed to travel along the highways, right? Jeez. As well stay hospitalized if I'm not going to be able to go back to the city. Did you hear the good news? Ilya and Inspector Donovan have both regained consciousness. It's been one piece of bad news after another lately. Hearing they've woken up was just the ray of light needed to get me out of my slumber.
Gio, my dear, is it true that you're going to be leaving us?
Yes, I'll be going with the others. Thank you for everything, Martha. I hope I've managed to repay you for how well you took care of me all those years ago, if only just a little.
No, that's all in the past. Don't you worry your cute little bit. Remember that you're welcome to visit any time. Take care of yourselves, out there.
course, I want to make sure I do.
Police officers and a crew of delinquents who were hospitals earlier have already been discharged. Only had scheduled follow-up visits to check on their progress. However, with the current highways restrictions, that's out of the question. The doctor, I simply can't abide by these ridiculous.
Oh, jeez. I could really see how negligent they're being. Part of me was hoping immediately after I heard she was astronauts. When I saw how committed she was to her recovery, totally blew me away. I'm being a fan of yours here for me. I hope it works out for her. Sure, I have a lot I could say about that good-for-nothing president. What good would it do? We're already independent. It's a little late to start protesting about it now. Yes, independent. Please keep your distance. Let us visit the most important. Dr. Sam. Good to see you, SSS. Used to be Shizuka's room. What are you doing here by yourself? She's a former patient of mine. We're simply working through some stuff. Such is how she's been since Arias McLean took her from the hospital. Think about it. I haven't heard anything about her since that day. Must be held out for the others in Gorgeous Tower. Had a patient wrested out of your care is a shameful experience, even if it was by her own fault. Still, I understand that the circumstances were anything but Arias haven't been appointed as the Secretary of Defense. No, there's simply no way you can allow her to stay here any longer. It doesn't make it any easier to accept. I'm sorry, Doctor. No, I shouldn't be apologizing. You don't need to hear about my trouble. You've come to visit your friends, correct? I'd like some time alone for one moment. Shizuka with me. I had painstakingly drafted out a treatment plan for the next year. When a patient wrested out of your care is a shameful experience. Still, I suppose there's no sense in brooding over a discharge motion. Who is it? You can come in. Please excuse us. Hey there, Tia. Did you bring? Well, if it isn't my favorite little guy. And you're Wazzy, right? I chucked that laptop to the engineer. Really has been a long time, really. Sorry for the sudden visit, and now we're going to get the chance to come see you. Don't be ridiculous, silly. You three take a seat and make yourselves comfortable. You're welcome to help yourselves to the sweets that fans have been sending me. The cookies shouldn't be too stale, I'm sure. Ha! Cookies acquired. I didn't realize just how much of a tight of a spot you guys are in. Crazy to think how far Roswell's fallen in the time since the raid. Yeah. I wouldn't blame you if you thought you were still dreaming right now. Frustration of not being able to move my legs is sobering enough, thank you very much. Well, I gotta walk out here and see the city of Arkansas Hills with my own eyes. Alien. How your condition? How's it looking? How that? Dr. Salem told me so far he doesn't know whether I'll help me. On the bright side, that means she didn't roll it out yet. Well, that might be the case. Oh, enough of the long faces. You trying to bum me out? Busy here. If I became convinced that it's impossible for me to ever walk again, it might as well be right. What? No different from working the stage. I got a goal to pursue in the way I always have. No matter how painful or hopeless it might seem, as long as I've got a ray of hope, that's my spotlight at the end of the tunnel. So don't go giving up on me. I sure won't. You're really something else. Am I? I don't think I said anything all that out of the ordinary. Besides, I think what all you is trying to accomplish is a lot harder than what I'm going through. Is it? But perspective, it's hard to know just how difficult our path is going to be. And take a page from my book and don't shy away. People will do whatever it takes to fight for what matters most to them. And I think that's what makes us human. No matter how we may differ in strength. What makes us human? Well put. I'll admit I'm a bit greedier than most. Good enough isn't good enough for you, true. So I don't think I'm the only one like that. Same could be said of all of our troop members, including the Azure force. Yeah. Do me a favor, if you see handlers and those alone should pass along. Is it that matters most to you? You truly turn your back on the face of what you hold dear? Sure thing. I'll make sure Risha hears that if we manage to find it. And I'll hold you to it. She is a character. She is a character, isn't she? The fervent dancer Monica follows her even when she's in no shape to dance. It seems her role as a sun princess extends beyond the stage. I've had the chance to speak with her several times since I became stranded in the hospital. It would have been a challenge to get myself together if not for her and Cecile. I'm glad they were there then. That said, we're going to check down Risha too. Easier said than done. It's going to come down to Aegis as well. Should we play a visit to Inspector Jonathan's? Absolutely. Oh, is it already time for the nurse to take a temperature?
Come on in.
I'll be back in hemisphere. What are you doing here? Great to see you again, Inspector Johnson. Who do we have here? The lovely lady from the news. You know, I can back later for finally wake up after being in a coma for who knows how long. This is how you greet me? Here's his watching, Father Wazzy. This is Farah, Inspector Donovan's wife. He's been staying here in the hospital to help take care of him. It's nice to meet you too. Thank you for always helping out my daughter. I've heard a lot about the SSS from him and to you. You sound like quite a motley group. Your praise honors us. Not sure if that's what it was.
Good thing you two are here, because I've got questions that need answering. Just what is going on there?
Of course, let me start from here.
City of Ontario. Things are a lot more serious than I thought. It sounds, I'm guessing you'll be better off if HQ doesn't know anything about this little conversation.
If you wouldn't mind. That doesn't matter to me either way. I'm the fugitive. I'm not the fugitive. Fugitive. Never mind that. Inspector, is anyone from Crossbow City been in contact since you were?
Well, Raymond did come by for a visit. He told me a little bit about what's going on. From what I gather, the CPD has been consolidated to that new defense force as one of its lower branches. Their day-to-day is still the same for the most part. They've basically been relegated to doing chores in the city.
I assumed as much. And so the only way it could have gone, really, with the way the president set this up. Wasn't there any pushback? I mean, surely not everyone in the department's okay with this. I don't know about Vice Commissioner Pierre, but I can't imagine Chief Sergei would definitely have fun with it. Just between you and me, it seems Sergei, Dudley, and Raymond are some of the folks in the Metropolitan Division are up to something. And what would that mean? You heard from me? They're biding their time, waiting for an opportunity to flip everything else. They're not the type to just roll over and take it on the chin. Which means that all of us lost. Yeah, by getting in contact is going to be productive. Since they deceive them. I'm breaking. Deadlock in the middle from outside the way. Kids are fighting the uphill battle. I know I'm rooting for you. What's up, Ellie? I plan to head back up there and give Sergei and the boys a hand. If you must, let your colleagues handle it for now. You need to rest first. Should you set one foot out of this hospital till you've made a full recovery to Do I make myself clear?
Yes, dear.
Alright, I want to talk to him like that. Inspector is no match for his wife, as I've come to understand. Love comes in many forms. I would say Johnny Boy is a lucky man. Hey, you guys are. Hey, Ryan, I see you dressed for the occasion. Are you all done packing? You betcha. How do I look? I've been seeing you in your uniform frame. Welcome back to the force. I missed you too. You're visiting Inspector Donovan just now? Yeah, we just finished catching up. Are you going to do the same? That's right. You can just leave without saying goodbye to him. Saved my life during the raid, after all. I don't think I could ever thank you enough for that. Understand. You do what you have to. We'll wait up. Thanks. See you guys in a bit. Shall I head back to the workout when she's done? Yeah, that sounds good. Control wide. There's met up with sight. So my goodbyes to Seal and left to nurse the husband. We're back. Wazzy just discovered another blind spot on the 17 fence. Influence just in front of the hospital. Nice to say a warp circle there, making it possible for the Morkaba to travel to Sanderson and pick them up. Hey, blind spot in this MV rings. Influence detected. I'll relay you the data. Okie dokie. Where needs identified?
Aramark Village. That's it. Stuart White. Philosopher's sensory receptivity is valuable to yourself. Having a dedicated operator has ways to show some of our own efficiency.
Still blind by the seat of my pants. Which of our places we can find will be much easier.
So what now? Would you like to head to our new liner?
Yeah, we can confirm the situation at our market.
Full speed. Destination, our mark air.
First step, maintaining high alert. Disembark on that. What's happened to their lotus fields? Yeah, another but pleuromegrass, huh? As far as the eye can see. That'd be a byproduct of Q's awakening. Is that any cryptids then?
Do not sense it for the moment. We should be able to use that warp circle without fear of that attack.
Good to know. Now we're here, let's start visiting by Chief Tolton.
A wise decision. I see, you've been through quite a whirlwind these past few weeks. I have to say, you really gave me a scare walking in there with that wolf of yours.
Sorry about that.
My apologies, it was not my intention to frighten you.
That's alright, never in my wildest dreams I think to have the honor of meeting with my wolf legend in person. Thankfully, the Defense Forces largely ignore him. You'll be safe here. Feel free to stay as long as you need to. We appreciate that too, Chief Tolton. Second, thank you for your hospital. There are many people back at the hospital who are critical of his course action. But I can tell he hasn't exactly received the warmest reception either, has he?
Well, the village has always had a tenuous connection to the state's bureaucrat. Even when interference was declared, I did say it's struck much of a response for us. Or we will say that our harvests have been down thanks to the appearance of those cryptids. And as I mentioned, the Defense Force seldom ventures here, so you can expect they haven't been of much help to us.
I'm sorry to hear that. Their negligence is shameful. Those who dwell in the city have always been ignorant of our fellow men and these outlying settlements. how the degree to which they have taken their directions is useful. Indeed, if I may be frank, I have a hard time seeing myself falling in line with the president's ambitions. It's the opinion of the villages compared to the masses in the cities. Yeah, the truth, we're rather lost in the needs and ideals. That's understandable. Keep an eye out for any cryptids while we're here. Aside from that, have you heard any pressing issues like that the situation is stirred up maybe civil unrest among the villages? Not at all, thankfully things haven't come to that. The village has pulled together to see itself through the crisis this Christmas. Having Harold and family here to help us has been a real godsend too. I mean, Mr. Harold? He came here with his wife and child then. That's right, they arrived just before the barrier went. No restrictions were put in place on the highway soon after. We've been lodging here ever since. That makes sense. Your worse to stay on the second floor there. Make sure to do that. It's been a while. Let's go check up on them. Okay. Well. Let's see. I saw Mr. Hayworth negotiating with the defense force the other day. Reminded me of how much I still I'm glad to be running this store. Happy to be able to do things like the way he does. Let's go for some advice. Advice in the
Said he negotiated with the defense force to use He's self-sufficient when it comes to food, but the village does need to do that. Now, Floyd Jake can pick up those negotiations too.
Okay. Okay, cool. So I have all the crossbow towns. But anyway, yeah, so probably a good chance to save. And as usual. Alrighty. Well. You guys hanging with you? Guys, the stream? And with that, I will bid you guys adieu. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe if you so please.